Welcome back. I know I've been a little MIA for a little while, but I have some good news. I'm currently 17 weeks pregnant, which is equivalent to about 4 months pregnant. So I am expecting an unexpected little gift. Currently, I'm in my second trimester, so I'm back to working out, but wow, it was really difficult in the first trimester for me. So I was about 8 weeks pregnant when I first found out, and all the information that I'm about to give you is from my experience and from a book that I read called What to Expect When You're Expecting. All right, so I was sitting at work. I was really nauseous at the time. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, wow, I've been eating so healthy. I've been doing gluten-free. I've been not doing much dairy. I was doing little poultry, mostly like fish, fruits, vegetables, things like that, things that I typically do. But I was so nauseous, and I was just nauseous all day. And then I was counting down like every minute, every hour at work. I was just so tired, just exhausted all throughout the week. I'm like, why do I feel like this? This is terrible. And then I thought, no. But yeah. So some symptoms that you may experience: tender breasts, spotting. About 30% of women experience this. Fatigue, frequent urination, nausea, sensitivity to smell, bloating. It's different to pre-period bloating. I felt that. But my biggest symptom was I was just nauseous all the time. When I woke up, middle of the day, when I went to sleep. And I thought I was allergic to something. So I was just like trying to cut out different things when I was eating, but throughout the week, it just wasn't getting any better. And then I did not throw up. Not once. Still haven't thrown up, and I'm 17 weeks right now. So the only way to tell that you're pregnant is a test, which can take 6 to 12 days after conception. And this does this by picking up the human cornucotropic gonad. Human cornucotropic gonadotropin hormone. So it's not high enough to say, sorry, I butchered that word. And these tests are pretty accurate, but there may be false results, but these are very, very accurate. So I took the test twice and still like looking at it, I'm like, no. So your first prenatal visit, they're gonna do a blood test, which 100% confirms that you're pregnant. And this could be done 1 week after conception. Most offices won't see you 6 to 8 weeks pregnant, but you should start taking care right away. Full term is considered 39 to 41 weeks, which is counted from the day of your last period, not conception. I found this a little weird, but there are processes that go on in your menstrual cycle before conception. Anyways, so at 8 weeks, I was exhausted, I was nauseous, I was emotional, anxious, and it was even hard for me just to make it through my day, let alone work out. I think there was a span of time where I did not work out for a whole month, maybe a little bit more. And I mean, I did nothing at all. I'd go to work, come home, lay in my bed. And even on the weekends, I was just so exhausted and tired and nauseous. And that's something that's not normal for me at all. I don't think I've ever went more than a few days to a week without working out within like the past 10 years, because this is just a part of me. And wow, that took such an effect on me. My emotions, my stress, my fatigue, all crazy, and it was just a mess. So my workouts, they give me my confidence, they ease my anxiety, they just make me feel good, they make me feel like me. And then after my first workout back, I really felt it. Like I felt like, whew, this is me again. But at the same time, that workout was so pitiful. Like simple things that I would do before that would just like be like the warm-up, I was just out of breath and tired just from like the simplest things. It felt like starting over, but I had to start somewhere. I used to feel like my body was a tank. Like I could do anything. Anything the boys were doing, except some bench presses, I couldn't do that. But anything that involved legs, I could do it, and I could probably do it better than them. But, well, not anymore. My workouts had to be kind of taken down a lot, especially at first. Workouts are completely safe when you're pregnant. They could be done at moderate intensity, whatever that means. But most importantly, listen to your body. Prior to my pregnancy, my workouts were very high intensity, high weight, a little rest, different. My goal during pregnancy is to, 1, keep this child as healthy as possible, 2, keep a positive body image and keep my health up, and somewhat maintain my muscle mass and keep the booty. This is one of my lunch break workouts. So I'd finish up seeing patients. I'd have like a little snack beforehand, and then I'd just work out through my entire lunch break. And it really helped. I tried to do a lot of functional based stuff with the equipment that I had at work, since I didn't have the big weights at the gym. All right, so these are some of my workouts. Obviously in the beginning, a little bit lower intensity. So I think I started that maybe a couple times a week. And as I progressed throughout my pregnancy, then I did a couple days on the weekends as well, and started throwing in there some heavier weight. Hey, look at that girl getting back to work. Work. Still sucking wind. So mental health, and I think this was the hardest part for me. As I said before, I was nauseous all the time. I was always tired. And I was also learning to deal with the fact that my life is going to be changing forever, which is not a bad thing, but my life is changing. So I've always been a very independent person. I love to be by myself. I love taking care of myself, taking care of my body, my mental health. Looking bad. So this is something that was very scary for me at first. It's no longer just me. There's a whole nother person that I have to worry about, take care of, give them the world. But at the same time, I never wanted to be one of those people who lose themselves in becoming pregnant and becoming a mother as well. I still want to have my identity, but I want to be a mother at the same time. So thinking about that, it gave me a lot of anxiety. So with my nausea, my extreme fatigue, I felt like I could barely make it through the day. I would count down the hours, like I said before. I did not find like the joy in my job like I used it before. Eating was a process. I couldn't work out to save my life. It was terrible. I completely felt like a different person, not like myself. So here I am, anxious about losing myself and becoming a mother, and losing myself because my body did not feel like it used to. I'm used to feeling just good, and I'm addicted to feeling good. But there was a light at the end of the tunnel. My nausea finally began to ease with taking some ginger. I was progressing out of my first trimester. I was drinking more water and finding a diet that my body likes. So like a lot of fruits and vegetables and stuff, they kind of just made my body feel good and not as nauseous as some of the other things. And overall, I was just trying to find ways to just better think through my anxiety, just organize my thoughts, things like that. And I think one of the first steps for me getting back to me feeling like me was that workout. But I felt such a difference after that first workout. Like, I felt like myself, minus the fact that I was sucking wind throughout the workout. And it made me a little bit more nauseous, but not too much. So I started off with, like I said before, 2 workouts a week, doing total body, and taking a lot of breaks. So I'd do 1 exercise, sit in the corner, huff and puff for a couple minutes, and then just get back into it. But I'm still tired, just not as much as before. And I don't have as much time I'm willing to sacrifice for my workouts because I need to put in a lot of rest too. And then there's working and other things that I have to do. So since being on my new fitness regimen again, I am so sore. Like, it hurts to like bend down and touch my toes. I haven't really been into my stretching as much, even though I know I should. Just been a little bit tired and a little lazy lately. So I'm trying to do a yoga class today. Unfortunately, I'm lost again and I can't figure out where this yoga class is. So I'm just lurking through the park, trying to find some people doing yoga. Hopefully I find them because my back really needs this now. Post-workout. Nutrition. There's so much to say about this, it's annoying and overwhelming. Better nutrition improves the chances of a better birth weight, improving brain development, reduces birth defects, chances of diabetes, preeclampsia, improves sickness and fatigue, constipation, improves emotion, and gives you a speedier postpartum recovery. Moms who eat 5 times a day are more likely to carry to full term. We're supposed to eat 300 calories a day more. Later in the pregnancy, it's about 500. So it's not just you're eating for 2. And let's talk about not just how much we're supposed to eat, but what we're supposed to eat. Reading through all of this just really stressed me out because it's just so much that just goes into it and all these like little nutrients and stuff that you're supposed to get. But remember how I said before, you want to start taking care as early as you can. Just make sure you're getting those prenatal pills. All right, protein, you're supposed to have about 75 grams a day. Calcium is vital for muscle and nerve and heart function, blood clotting, enzyme activity, and a deficiency in this can tap into the mother's bones, causing osteoporosis. Please avoid that. And you could find that in dairy and fortified OJ products. And you should have about 4 servings a day. Vitamin C is good for tissue repair, wound healing, and various other metabolic processes. It's good for baby growth of bones and teeth. And you can find this in a lot of fruits and veggies. And I think this is the one thing that I crave the most, just fruit. I smoothie every day, had my salad with fruit in it. Vitamin A is good for cell growth, healthy skin, eyes, bones, and you can find this in leafy greens and fruit. Potassium and magnesium, and you can find this in a whole bunch of variety of foods. B vitamins, you can find these in grains. Iron, good for developing blood supply, but you should also have this with some vitamin C, so take it with the orange. So omega-3 DHA is good for brain growth, eye development, walnuts, arugula, DHA infused eggs, crab, shrimp, salmon. So the one thing my grandma said was, make sure you have some fish, Aisa. Oh, make sure you have some fish, Aisa. I think I did it wrong. Gabby does it better. But yeah, you want your baby to be smart, so have some fish. Fluids ease constipation, get rid of toxins and waste, reduces swelling, and reduces the chance of preterm labor. And you want to have about 10 glasses a day of about 8 ounce cup, and you can kind of gauge that by your urine. Fermented products, and this is good for getting like a healthy gut bacteria, which can transfer to your womb. So I've been doing some probiotics every day and some kombucha from time to time. And cook as much as you can. Go natural, avoid preservative, nitrates, nitrites, do lean, organic without hormones, and wash and scrub all your fruits and vegetables. I'm guilty of not cooking that much because I'm just so tired. But just trying to get as much food from the ground as I can and getting just good stuff in there. Tips on eating: eat light, eat often, eat well, eat what you can, drink water, try different temps, and try to switch the food that you're eating often so you don't get sick of something. Try some ginger, and make sure you're getting a good amount of sleep.
No, because when we just started. I'm looking at everybody.
Stress. All right. So high stress can be okay, only if you're able to manage it and you're only doing it for a short period of time. You're supposed to be able to come out of stressful situations. So if it's high stress constantly, and it's unhandled, unmanaged, and it's especially if it's in like the second and third trimester, that is not good. So we need to find ways to kind of manage our stress. Things that have been helping me, I've just been doing some reading, meditation, have some nice candles, take a nice shower before bed, and just trying to just kind of think throughout my day, organize things a little bit better. This is where the magic happens. So I have my candles that are for my relaxation snack. These are my prenatals, and these ones have the DHA in it. I do my ginger pills, turmeric, which is a natural anti-inflammatory, and my probiotic. Yeah. All right, so make sure you have a place to vent to. Try not to do it before bedtime. Maybe another family member. You can try to work on modifying your stressors. Learn to say no to things. I'm really good at that. Make a list. Sleep, eat well, like a nice warm bath, and yoga and meditation. Okay, last but not least, will I ever get my body back? Recovery won't happen overnight. So I think this is also saying that everybody's different, and it's also going to be what you put into it. I'll get it back, don't worry. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same, but I'll get it back. Give me 2 months. So they say 3 months best case scenario, 6 months realistically, but I'm gonna be an outlier. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this helps ease any of your anxiety, to know that there's somebody else out there struggling with this as well. But overall, this is just a good thing, something different. Thank you for watching. So you should also stay tuned for my second trimester, where the workouts get a little bit better. I'm still not going to be going as hard as I'd like. You gotta wait for the snap back for that. And then see you next time. Bye.